So I know a very vital and important win.
Yeah, before we talk about the win, I just want to congratulate Blyth. You know, it's been a really difficult season for them behind the scenes. But, you know, seeing the fans at the end of the game, you know, still there clapping the fans off. They've had a difficult season. But, you know, for me, as a player, as a manager, I've always enjoyed coming to Blyth. And, you know, I hope they can rebuild things. And whilst they're not mathematically, you know, out of the division, it's going to take a, you know, monster miracle. So, you know, if they're not, we just want to wish them all the best because they're a fantastic club. You know, there was some banter with their fans today, but the heart's in the right place. And, you know, everyone's, you know, talked to people before the game. It's been a tough season, and, you know, you'd never want to be in their shoes because of what's gone on. So, you know, we want them to come again. You know, we want them to rebuild and do what they've got to do. So, you know, but for us, Frank, it was going to be another game that we were going to have to overcome a difficult opposition. You know, I've said everyone kind of wants to beat us at the minute. You know, it's like everyone raises the game against us. I thought Blyth did well second half. I thought they got a penalty early doors that was a poor penalty, from our opinion. Not a poor penalty. The referee was right, but a poor penalty with our decision making and how we got caught. Then we had to look to our squad to make the changes. I've just said in the huddle there, I thought the likes of Dean Furman, Ben Huff and Cole Lonsdale were exceptional when they come on, and, you know, they changed the game. And I'll go as far as saying they won us the game. You know, and their boys, especially with Cole and Huffy, who haven't knocked on my door, who haven't asked for minutes, they've just been really patient. They're part of the squad. They're both signed for next season, and you can see why, because they're a massive part of what we do. We had to find a way. That's what I said to the lads, can we find a way? And, you know, we got that second goal, you know, from Matty Regan, great delivery. And then I thought it was a lapse of concentration for them at the end. Ben read it really well and, you know, danced around two and put it in the corner, which allowed us to get the likes of Chris Smith and Charlie Martin on and give them some minutes for the first team, because we're big into developing the youth. And, you know, all in all, Frank, it's been a really good day. Capped off by amazing travelling fan base, and, you know, one for Andy Hibbert because it was his birthday yesterday, so, you know, that's for Andy. But no, good day all round.
Definitely. I mean, you could see the passion from the Blyth Spartans supporters. It was going to be a difficult ground to go to.
They're a massive club. Only on the way up here today, they were talking about on Sky Sports because one of the Newcastle players who's playing tomorrow, I think Dan Byrne had played here, and Blyth were getting a really good mention. Blyth are a massive club in the North East, and I know they'll come again. They've got unbelievable fan base. You know, this used to be such a difficult place to come, and we found it a difficult place to come today. So credit to their players. But like you said, you know what they've done. They've stuck by the fans. They've stuck by the team all season, and, you know, unfortunately they haven't got the rewards. But, you know, like I said, we just wish them all the best. For us, just another game we had to chalk off, and, you know, people keep talking about can we not. Can we what? Can we finish 7th? Can we finish 6th? You know, there's no other pressure from me. Can we stay up this season? You know, we kind of achieved that. A little bit of a blanket, our comfort blanket between, you know, teams just in and around the top 10. It's been an unbelievable season for us. You know, and if you would have said way back in September we're going to come to the likes of Blyth and win 3-1 or do the double over them this season, you know, you would have snapped your hand off. So it's just been a brilliant season, Frank, and every time we go to work with this group, it's good. Likes of George Waring and Willem Tomlinson have stayed at home today. Good to get Callum Gribbin minutes today. That's his first game he started in, you know, 18 months, and, you know, that was massive for me to be part of his journey. So it's just a good win. You know, a long way to come today. It took about 4 hours to get here with the traffic, and sure it won't be easy going home, but we can go on with another win. We can get in training Tuesday, we can get in training Thursday with a bounce, and we can get ready for, you know, a monster game next week. And, you know, not only is it massive for one reason, you know, Macclesfield will have one eye on it as well, because, you know, they can be crowned champions next week if we took something off Worksop, so they'll have one eye on it. I'm sure they will be. You know, they've got another great win today, and, you know, if we was to take some, you know, Robbie can lift the trophy. But that, you know, that's immaterial for us. We just want to get as many points on the board between now and the end of the season, and the way we're playing and the quality of lads we've got, there's no reason why we can't get, you know, some more points. So
no, definitely. I mean, we saw the fans here today. You can only imagine what it's going to be like for non-league day next Saturday.
Be massive, you know, down at the Hive, and I've seen it grow. You know, I've seen the momentum gather across the course of the season, and, you know, when the fans are on full voice, there's not a better place to be. You know, you're walking through, you know, through the entrance, you see Bev, and then all the fans kind of like open up and get the 1906 lounge, people are buzzing. So just to please, you know, if you've got, you know, a spare couple of hours tomorrow, next Saturday, come down on non-league day, come down and to the Hive Arena, come and support the boys, come and be part of what we're trying to achieve. And, you know, we take one game at a time, and hopefully we'll try and get 3 points next Saturday, even though it'll be a tough ask. But proud of the boys today, proud of everybody connected with the club. I'll say it again, happy birthday Andy, but he'll be chuffed with that. So I think they've got another night in Blyth today. We'll get back and have a couple of drinks and celebrate, but then dust it down. But yeah, thanks very much, Frank.